Okay, I'm going to attempt to set up Netbeans 12 in my Windows computer. So first, it is very important that these two links are followed in order. So I'm going to download what is called the Java Development Kit, abbreviated SDK. And we're going to go here, and we know that we want the version 11. Okay, so after clicking on the link, we land on this web page, and it's telling us Oracle is a very important company in the industry, and they are the ones who own Java. So they tell us that that's where the agreement is, da 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 da, and then they have the different versions of the SDK. So you want to look for the version of your operating system, and in my case it's Windows. Most of you have Apple computers, so you would download the correct one for your system. So I'm going to download this, and I must accept the agreement. And Oracle is highly reputable. We make sure that we are in Oracle Java, so we're at the right site. I accept it, and I'm going to download it. Yes. So you'll have to create a username and password. I took a while to remember what my password was. Normally you need an email address. I recommend you use the HPU email, and then you probably want to use the same password as HPU, so you don't forget it, since it's something that you will use sporadically for your HPU activities. So once that is downloading, if you're in Windows, it's going to appear here at the bottom, and you can see the progress circle. So mine is already finished. So we're not done. Now we need to click on it. Click on the arrow, and it's going to ask you if you really want to allow this app to make changes to your device, and the answer is yes. So do not panic. The answer is yes, because we're trying to install something. So you need to follow step by step, and this is not NetBeans. This is Java. So then NetBeans can operate. So we follow the wizard step by step, and we normally accept whatever they say that they're going to be doing. It takes a while. Normally when something downloads, it shows, and installs, it shows you there. All of a sudden this has jumped to a high progress, and when it's done, it's going to show you some buttons. So this is what you get when you're done installing it, and rather than saying next, I don't know what happened there, we just want to accept it. We want to close it, and now we can download the next program. When we follow the link, the second link that we see in the PDF file, this is the what the website looks like, and we just need to click on the download button. So it shows you from which servers you can download your file and the different operating systems. So again, I'm working in Windows, so this is the one I'm going to choose. You folks choose whichever one works for you. Okay, in my case, once that I selected the Windows option, it showed me which mirror site. This means different servers that are outside around the world. So I'm going to choose the one that they suggest, because I don't know any other. And finally, after that convoluted process, something is finally downloading, and you see that at the bottom of your screen. For some odd reason, I have two versions in my computer, and I kept the one that was finished faster, so I canceled the second one, and now I'm going to run this one. So when we download a program, we download an executable file. So now we click on that, and we say that we want to open it. When we open an executable file, it runs. So what's going to happen now, I should see a dialog box telling me that this is going to change my system, and really scares us because it says it can damage our system, but we really know that we need this for our class. So we're going to say, yes, we want to accept that. And it starts downloading. When we store a program like this, we do not want to customize anything because it can cause problems when we're working on our files. So we just continue to say next at any prompt that they give us. We accept the policies and we say next. And we accept the directory that they give us. That's where our projects are going to be saved. So we click on next. And what is it telling us? Check for updates, of course. Next. It's quite a complex program. You're going to use it in CSCI 1911, 2911, 2916, that is the lab, and 2912 at least. So you want to accept everything, and once that you set it up for this course, you don't have to set it up again in the other courses. So always when you download a program for the first time, programs do check for updates because we download a certain version, and normally there are patches that get developed, and those are called the updates. So we're going through this process, and normally after the updates, the installation is completed. So be patient. It's a very large program, so it may take some time to finish. This is the last screen of the. Normally what we want to do is go to File, New, and normally what we create is not a new file. Be careful throughout the semester. We do not want to create a new file. We want to create a new project. File, New Project. And it opens this screen. And here what we want to say is that we want to create a Java application. And we say next. Okay, it took a little bit of time, but please be patient and do not rush through this. This is the first time you run it, so you want to make sure that you check mark both of this. You want the Java editing support library, and you want the implementation to Windows. So we say, so in this step, you want to check mark both and say download and activate. So it gives us this dialog box, and we say we want next. We accept the license and we install. And we say finish. So it says that it's activating Java SE. And we get to this dialog box, which is the next one in the handout. So what we want to do is fill this in according to what is in the handout. So we are on this page, on this picture of our handout, and we need to fill in those two boxes indicated by the arrows. So the name of the program that you're working on, so the name of the file that you want to assign to the program you write goes there, and then that will be the project name. And then you need the group ID. As the handout indicates, we start with edu.hpu.cs for computer science dot and your last name. So I need to make an adjustment here. cs dot Artigas. So you get hello world in the first one, and then here you need to fill in the group ID. So edu.hpu.cs for computer science, and then your own last name rather than Artigas. Although your screen looks somewhat like what you're looking for, notice at the bottom it was still thinking, so give it some time. Okay, so I was getting ahead of myself. Make sure that you take a look at the handout, and it says right click on Hello World, open the menu options, and you want to go to new, and then you're gonna click on other here, and it opens this dialog box. So now that we're here, what we want to do is select on we have Java selected on the left, and on the right hand side you want to select can see Java main class. So we look here, Java for Java main class, which is farther down, Java main class. Here we go. Every program that we write will have a main class. And when we select that, we click on next. And now we have the class name. And that's where we want it to be, Hello World. Hello World. And then we want to, let's see, I had to reference the handout, so we type in Hello World on the first box where it says class name, and then in the package we click here on the arrow, and it's going to show the name that we have assigned to our group. When you set up the class name, make sure that you capitalize each part of the compounded name. So I went back and edited, so the H for hello and the W for world is capitalized. And then you see in the package, it has the name that I had set up for myself earlier. After you complete this dialog box, you click on finish here at the bottom. And now this is the way we interact with this program to write code. For the time being, we're going to leave this the way it is, except for one line that we're going to change. So this is how we test if the program that we use to write programs works. So we're going to replace that line with the line that is in our handout. So we are on step 8 of the handout, and we're going to spell out system, capitalizing the word system, dot out dot print ln, which stands for print line, and then open parentheses. Notice that as you're typing, a whole bunch of things happen automatically in the interface. For the time being, just go with the flow. Pay attention to capitalization. So notice that it reads system is capitalized. That's the only word that is capitalized. And then period, out, period, print, ln all together. That stands for print line. What that means is that whatever we put in parentheses is going to be displayed to the screen, or it would be the output of this program. So what we're going to do is spell out hello world or hello Java, or aloha. Okay, so we replace the line of code that was here on line 18. Here on the left-hand side, you read the line number. We replace that with system.out.println, and you open parentheses. As soon as you open parentheses, it's also going to close the parentheses and give you the semicolon. A lot of things happen automatically here. So all we have to do is put inside the parentheses what we want this program to display as output. So if you open quotation marks, it's also going to close the quotation marks for you. So don't accidentally delete any of the quotation marks. And the message, in this case, aloha from Hawaii is the message. What you want to do is spell it within the quotation marks. After you're done editing this line of code, you make sure that the syntax is correct. So system is capitalized, period, out, in lowercase, period, the word print, and ln, that stands for print line. So print ln, open parentheses, quotation, and if the text is correct, it's going to appear in brown. Aloha from Hawaii, and then close the quotation marks needs to be closed, and then close parentheses after the quotation, and then semicolon at the end. If the syntax is correct, then we are ready to run this, and we're going to the top menu command run, and we select the first option, which reads run project. When we do this for the first time, it's going to tell us to choose which one is the main, and we only have one option, so we don't have to worry about, and we're going to select it. And in the output here, you know this program is running because you see something happening here at the bottom, and here it does a lot of activity because it's checking that everything is in place, and then eventually you're going to see aloha from Hawaii. So you know that it's running because there's some activity going on here. Now it stopped, and now it's a little bit weird, and you see build success, and then the outcome is here, aloha from Hawaii, right above. So that's what the handout says, that you're going to see a whole bunch of things, and if you run it again, it's going to be much easier. So what we are going to do is we're going to go here to the run button, and now it's running, and it ran faster, and this is the outcome of this program.